Hey YouTube, did you miss me? Well, that's a shame, but you know who did miss me? TV personality, comedian, and actress? Dawn French! My mom totally looks like the Vicar of Dibley. Just saying. Just look how excited this woman is to see me. I mean, wake up to that every morning. You'll feel good. Hello, I'm Dawn French and I'm on the internet. Sadly though, that is not actually Dawn French, ladies and gentlemen. That is a piece of cardboard. And I'm stalling, so I don't have to tell you where I've been. So, long story short, guys, and I know this is no real excuse, I haven't been making any videos lately because between work, traveling up to the city almost every day, and expanding my own personal business, I've been stretched, so I just really haven't had the time to make a video and upload, so sorry about that. Who are you even apologizing to? Nobody watches you. Yeah, dude, you totally look like a doofus. Hats. So now that I've wasted a sufficient amount of your time, let's get on to the content, shall we? So I mentioned in an earlier video that I've lost a few friends this year to accidents or illness, and that number's actually gone up to 5 now, so it's been a very rough year. And it got me thinking, you know, like I've been hit by a car, I've been bitten by a snake, I've been attacked by a dog, I fell off a cliff, I mean, come on. One of these days, something somewhere is gonna kill me. So guys, if something does kill me, and something's gonna do it, no telling what, here's a quick plan for what I'd like done in the end. Wonder what it's gonna be. The reason that this video is called If I Die Young is because that's a beautiful song by the band Perry, and my favorite online singer, Sam Sui, if you haven't seen him, look him up because he's amazing. He does a brilliant, brilliant cover of it, and I want that played at my funeral because it is so beautiful. And they talk about rainbows. Don't worry too much about the flowers, don't worry too much about, you know, the coffin. I will be perfectly happy in a cardboard box, but for the love of God, do not cremate me. Now, no disrespect intended or anything, but Zoe wants to be cremated, and no offense to anyone who does want to be cremated, but when you die, the gases in your body are still in there, and I'm not entirely sure that that's the reason, but I do know that when a corpse is burning, it sits up and it screams and it belches fire. Besides that, like 80% of the ash is just coffin or whatever was burned along with that person, and you know, I don't particularly fancy the idea of being a bowl of wood dust with a little bit of me in there. I mean, that's kind of unattractive. If I happen to drink myself to death, then please play Whiskey Lullaby by Brad Paisley and Alison Krauss. I love that song. And if I happen to be murdered, then Kirsten, you know what you have to do. Now, my mother will forget, so please, somebody out there remind her that I am an organ donor. I want them to take my skin. I want them to take my hair, my liver, my kidneys. My lungs are probably no good, but whatever. Take my macula, if you need to. I mean, hell, give my brain to science. I could be that last piece of research and development material that Umbrella Corporation needs. Also, just, you know, for good measure, lock the coffin, because I am a big believer in zombies, and if anyone was going to get out of their grave and start killing people, it's probably me. And tell Chester C. I've always loved him. Oh yeah, and somebody please remember to feed Zoe twice a day. Or just unchain her. I mean, you know, whatever. So, my friend Maggie and I were looking up interesting facts online today, because, you know, we're not nerds at all. We came across an article that said that apparently, I can't remember if it was tapeworms or flatworms, but some kind of worm was being put through a little maze, and then, regardless of whether they made it to the end or they got to a dead end, they were crushed up and then fed to the next worm. Now the cool thing here is that apparently with each new worm, they were learning the maze structure and progressing towards the end better with each worm that was crushed and ingested. Note to self, eat Louis Vuittel. Then I will be fabulous. But there is a theory that it was just a lack of cleaning of the maze and that these worms were just following the slime trail from their meals. So that's it from us tonight, guys. Dawn and I will be back next time with more crazy, ridiculous stuff that you really didn't need to know. But remember, watching and subscribing to this channel will save you from being crushed and devoured at the end of the maze. Have a good night. This has been Red Couch District. See you around. And tell Chester she. At least he feminized well. We did. Film. Are we done filming, darling? I'd die for a cup of tea.